Hello, and welcome back to the Sweet and Spicy Podcast. My name is Kate.
And I'm Cecily. And today it's my turn.
It is your turn this day, and I'm really happy about it because those of you on YouTube have seen I am missing something. I don't feel like wearing them. Also, my headphones are different because I left mine at work, and my husband has the same ones in a different color. So we're batting 1,000 today.
So,
we're doing great.
This was not a scheduled read. This was Kate sent this to me on Instagram, and I was like, that sounds interesting. Kind of read. It's called An Angel for Tsar, and it's by Lauren Kross. And
to be fair, that is how we find a lot of our books.
I mean, that's where we find some good ones, I'm not gonna lie. And I will say that this one is good, but it's also just a little psycho.
Should I have read it instead?
I don't know, because I don't know if this is your level of psycho or different. The dedication.
Is it not quite my level of psycho?
I don't know. It's different. So the dedication says, dedicated to the girls who see a red flag and think, I want him to split me open like a fucking coconut. I see you. I am you. We're all going to hell together. To my search history, if the FBI is watching, I promise I'm just a writer. Mostly. So before I go any further, after that dedication and opening, the content warning.
That's amazing.
An Angel for Tsar is a dark romance intended for mature audiences. This book contains explicit content and potentially triggering material, including, but not limited to, graphic violence and gore, murder and mass casualty events like bombings and terrorism, torture scenes, gun violence and threats with firearms, kidnapping and captivity, dubious consent and non-consent scenarios. Please note, all sexual content between the main couple is fully consensual. Dubious consent situations occur outside the main relationship. Although I'm going to throw some of the main couple stuff I would categorize as dubious, but that's just me. Explicit sexual content. Duh. Why else would we read it?
We do read sweet books sometimes, don't you dare.
I know. Choking, breath play during intimate scenes, organized crime and mafia activity, death threats and intimidation, substance use, alcohol, drugs, panic attacks and emotional distress, stalking behavior, possessive and obsessive romantic dynamics, emotional manipulation, physical assault, references to human trafficking, morally gray anti-hero protagonists, parental conflict, and family trauma.
This sounds like quite the tasting menu.
Yeah.
Important note. Everything except for a few, including the family trauma. I'd like to get rid of that. Thanks.
Wouldn't we all? Important note, while this book features kidnapping, captivity, and morally questionable behavior, there is no non-consensual sexual activity between the male and female main characters. All intimate scenes between them are consensual. Dubious consent situations and references to sexual assault occur with side characters antagonist only. This is a standalone dark romance with a guaranteed happily ever after. The relationship dynamics are toxic. I repeat, are toxic. And should not be replicated in real life. If any of these themes are difficult for you, please prioritize your mental health and well-being. My mental health.
I do like when authors do that.
Yeah, my mental health was slightly assaulted, but only because I was just
was it?
Good God, what?
No.
For the spice, it is pretty spicy. Obviously, it is spicy because it's crazy. But even on a, I guess 3.5, 4. I still wouldn't call it a 5 spice.
Listen. With those trigger warnings, I'm already going to say you got a 3.
So, definitely a 3, maybe a 4, somewhere in the middle. We've really got to figure out...
This is... our spicy readings. Here's the thing. Our spicy ratings have also changed from, like, when we first started in season 1, episode 1.
I feel like this probably colors that, because I definitely think I've read worse or heard about worse. Well, I think Haunting Adeline is way darker.
Yes, but it's not as spicy. Okay, so it is spicy, right? And
Well,
it does
spicy.
have some weird spicy.
And it has some very weird spice. So I would say that's a level above
Chapter
this.
17, I think it is.
I would say this is a level above that. Maybe that's what I'll do for my birthday weekend, is finish the Haunting Adeline series.
Where are you going? Isn't that this weekend?
Yes.
I was gonna say your birthday's Monday.
Yes, I know, and I am celebrating it along with our Lord and Savior who has risen, and Ostra, and whatever other holiday there is. And apparently your kitty is a Christian
everybody
cat.
say happy birthday to Cecily.
Your kitty is a Christian cat because they meowed amen about...
That was Mochi. He's just trying to get into the witch room.
Oops. Anywho, yes.
Oh, yeah, this was in the background of the last one, too. But did you see my statue finally came?
Yes, it's beautiful.
It is. It's very pretty. Anyway.
Spicy Aries season. Woohoo.
Yay.
And with the spicy, this book, I liked it. Don't get me wrong. I liked it. What?
My mother, I was on the phone with my mom today, and she told me that when I was a child, that I was like, I had to wear dresses and be a cheerleader, and I was very, like, girly, right? And then I grew up and out of it, right? But she told me that everything had to be perfect for me. Like, if it wasn't perfect, I was not happy. And I was going to be mad. And in my brain, I'm like, oh my god, I am a Virgo.
There it was.
My true intentions have always been the same.
And there it is. As a Virgo moon and rising, I understand that. Because that's the thing, is I have the spicy Aries chaos, but underneath it, I also have the Virgo plans. And if I say you're going to do it when you say you're going to do it, then you better do it, or I will be extra pissed.
I'm just a Virgo Libra kind of situation. Because I have 3 of my things in Libra.
Which is entertaining. Anywho, the book.
They conflict a lot.
The book.
Yeah, let's get back to the actual thing at hand.
So I will say, I love a good mafia story, because the mafia is cool. Also, this is Russian Mafia. I'm not into Italians. I like Russia. I'm like Mother Russia. I'm pretty certain I was Russian in a past life. My soul longs to return there, but obviously I cannot at this time. But one day, I will return. And anywho, so yes, it's Russian Mafia, so that was extra brownie points because, woohoo, which I guess you probably figured it out if you know, an angel for Tsar, but, some people don't, but anywho, digress. There was not enough explanation of some of the stuff the Mafia was doing. Like, there was a situation going on there, and I want to know what happened with the situation, but I don't feel like I found out what happened with the situation, although I guess in a way you do. So anyhow, the book literally opens with our main character, whose name is Iris. She is a lawyer, and she helps out the little people, and so she doesn't have a ton of money, even though she's a very good lawyer. It opens with her running through a crowd, talking about her violent thoughts and what she's trying to get into. And she literally talks about having her iron bat that the cop said she is allowed to have. Which, I mean, a metal bat, good tool for everyone. So she literally crashes into this giant man and she's like, God, that man is attractive. Oh, this is embarrassing. I look like a mess. And he kind of like talks to her and he's
obsessed.
Literally calls her Angel, talks to her immediately. She literally spilled coffee on him. And she offered to pay for the dry cleaning, and he's just like, you're not hurt, are you, Angel? Like, completely ignoring the dry cleaning and like grabbing her and checking on her. and picked all her things back and gave them to her. And she was like a little embarrassed, and he's like, what would you need an iron bat for this early in the morning? And she just grabbed her stuff and ran.
No.
So she's going to this guy's place, which is a property where there's some mobsters, some muscle men, roughing him up, trying to get him to sign over his property. And she's like his lawyer, but her and her friend, who's like a professional protester almost. God, that sounds terrible. Okay. She's not a professional protester. I guess the proper word. Wow, I feel like I just had to undo some like mental-ish blocks and things. She is a human rights activist. She is an activist. That is what she is. Mm-hmm. Not a professional protester. So
that is just one of the many jobs of an activist.
I mean, it kind of is, right? But because they made it sound so bad before, I'm like, that's not a good thing to say. But, like, it kind of is.
I think that is kind of like this. I mean, obviously, me and you are both two different generations, right?
Yeah, don't remind me.
Human activists are really good for my generation. We view them in a very good light. Evidently, you do not.
I do.
Not on your fault, just from society and things.
From the back end, the being raised by, around a lot of boomers, I think that just kind of slid right in there. And so I don't mean it that way. Yeah, but I don't mean it that way.
Sometimes that just happens.
Yeah. So, anywho, we digress again. So, they show up. Her friend is Tessa. And they have showed up because they knew that they were coming. And they're going to harass him because of what he's trying to do. And so she has her iron bat because she's going to beat the crap out of the mafia men.
The mafia men that she's already met and called her angel?
You would expect that, but it didn't happen. Clever writing.
Mafia men.
Clever writing. Clever. No. So it was his men, but it was not him.
Okay.
At least I'm pretty certain it was his men. That's what I'm getting at.
I mean, he's the head of the mafia. He would not go do the dirty work.
And
he would not get his white suit sullied with red.
Excuse me. Head. So,
why do they all wear, like, white suits?
Heck if I know. The guy who is getting shaken down, whatever, the people that are there, this one guy's like, get her, trying to hit her, and he gets pissed because she whops him with the bat, just right upside the face. And he's very angry bird about it. And, so he actually, punches her in the ribs. No. So it was absolutely wild. And like,
I feel like that's gonna end very poorly for him.
It's gonna end poorly for somebody. So they end up going and they leave because of the crazy females. And then, she's talking to him about different things. And there's this politician that is the one who's doing the harassing. So that's why the goons are there. Not actually because he's doing something, but it's for the politician. But it dives into some of that, but it doesn't dive into all of it. So she goes to the senator's office because she's got a lawsuit now. She's got all this evidence, all this stuff, and all her injuries that she's suing him for assault, even though she assaulted the guy first with the bat. But, he started it. So,
never be the
anywho.
One that swings first, guys.
Oh my gosh. My medication is trying to kick in on me. This is not good.
Did you take a gummy? Are we gonna be able to record this, or do you need a day, or do we just need to postpone this week?
No, we're good. I just realized, because we
very well could postpone it and be like, hey guys, we need a week.
No. I have realized.
Are you sure?
Yes. I'm capable. I just realized that I thought it was funny. So, anywho. She walks into the senator's office, and the receptionist is trying not to let her in, but obviously she just bulldozes her way in because that's who little Iris here is. Well, she walks in, throws the file down on the senator's desk, and tells him all the things she's going to sue him for. And what he's doing is wrong, not to mention the assault she endured this morning. Well, his very important appointment that he was in, that the receptionist didn't want to let her in for, so she barged her way through, was with the head of the Russian Mafia that she crashed into on the sidewalk earlier that day.
That is obsessed with her and calls her Angel.
Yes. Him's name is Ile Ivanek. I don't know. I need to try to learn Russian. Ile. Ilay. I'm not trying to be like stereotypical rude Russian accent, but that's like, I want to say it really badly. Like,
see, I only know of Ilya, which is Ilay, or Ilya.
I was gonna say Ilya, I know, but this is like Ile. Unless it's like one giant typo throughout the book, but I promise you it's spelled that way the whole time.
I doubt it's a typo. Oh, those of you on YouTube, Freya is back. I did notice that the inside of the shark bed, though, does kind of look like female anatomy when there's not a cat in it.
Nice.
Now that the cat is here, I'm gonna shut up anyway.
Anywho. Yeah, Ile. I don't know. Ivanovich. Okay. Him sounds like a tall, dark, and sexy man, so I will say he's got that going for him. So he introduces himself to her and is like, "Are you okay? What happened?" And checking on her. He also tells her strangers don't meet twice. We've now met twice, so I don't count as a stranger anymore, do I? Yep. Yeah. She's, like, trying to figure out if he's trying to annoy her or what, because, like, she's ran into him twice now, and he's, like, checking on her and, like, petting over her and calling her Angel.
He's not trying to annoy her.
Yeah. So, basically, after we go through this...
to do something else.
And all the instances and what's going on, she meets with a friend afterwards, and the friend warns her not to get involved with this guy. And it's very awkward and obvious that the friend is either into her or, like, rival something, you know? So, anywho, we leave her point of view and go to Eli's, and it opens up with him at the desk looking at the file that she gave the senator, and his bodyguard guy, Yuri, is like, "Tsar, just say the word and I will kill that lawyer." And he's like, "Never threaten to kill that woman again." Like, no. Looks at him like he's crazy because he's like stone cold jerk. But now he's fascinated by the short little redhead that he calls Angel, because it makes it very clear that she's 5'4" and he's like much taller.
He's fascinated, and his, mean little mafia boss energy is not pertaining to her.
So basically, it literally in his POV talks about how he like refers to her as my wife, even though she doesn't know it yet. Like, blah.
That's kind of funny.
So then she shows up at his office, though. Barges in again, because that's just what she does. And she's trying to talk to him about this stuff, and he kind of messes with her and antagonizes her a bit, so she gets pissed off. And then he goes to touch her again, and she like pulls a weapon on him. And Yuri like reaches for his gun, and he's like, "Don't you dare! I will shoot you." I'm like, oh, like threatening his dude, his right hand man.
My girl.
Yeah, and like he's only laid eyes on her thrice now, so he is smitten, over the moon, Twitter-pated, in love with the little lawyer.
Whoa, wait. What word did you just say?
The little lawyer. What did I say?
Twitter-pated?
Twitter-pated.
What is Twitter-pated?
Have you not watched Bambi?
I have, but it's been years.
What is wrong with you?
A lot, but we don't have time for that.
In the camera frame, and I think it's off because it should be over here, but it's over here. Anywho, I digress again.
The more you do that, the more I have to cut.
The digress?
Girl, I gotta go to bed at least at some point.
Anyway.
You know what? Bam. No, I'm keeping it. They can hear all of this time. I'll cut a couple things, but they're hearing all of this.
I don't care.
The amount that I cut out for Spotify, I want you all to know. You can watch the YouTube. You'll get the whole thing.
It'll be great.
You'll get much more juicy, like, tangents that way.
Juicy tangent does not sound right.
Not going to.
Juicy tangent. Just, you said that, and now I'm like,
I didn't say juicy tangent. Like, what's wrong? I'm highly sleep deprived right now.
That would have made more sense than what you said.
No, it wouldn't have.
It would be gross, but it would have made sense.
It would not have made more sense than juicy tangents.
Tangents
I
are
don't
not
understand.
Juicy. They're not a thing that can be juicy.
Ours are. Have you heard our tangents sometimes?
I'm too literal for that.
Yeah, you are. You're very literal for a lot of the things that I say. But yes, let's keep going with Twitchular.
Twitter-pated.
Twitter-pated. I'm sorry.
So, if you have not watched Bambi enough in your life, which for shame on your parents or whatever,
Listen,
in Bambi, when it's springtime and it's mating season, and the little scene where it's Thumper and the skunk and Bambi and Flower the skunk,
so,
like
Thumper and Flower
and Bambi, the dinosaur, the deer movie, the deer movie.
Okay, we don't need to explain all this. Go back to the book. We're like a half hour in.
Okay, but you know what I'm saying.
I think so.
Okay, there's a whole scene, and it's mating season, and he wanders off.
Conversation later.
And Thumper's all like, he's Twitter-pated. Because he took off after the woman. So that he's Twitter-pated. It was very simple. You just had to let me get there.
That just sounds... That's a children's movie. I'm gonna be quiet.
You're not a proper Disney child. Stop.
I'm not a proper child. I don't know what to tell you.
Anyway, him's Twitter-pated. And... it goes on, and he basically hires her to look into the senator. Because he's like, if you can find me what I'm looking for. Like, he explains there's a property, somebody had it, he left it to somebody, we're trying to get it. You know, if you can help me get it another way, we don't have to go after this guy's property. So she's like, I don't want to work for you, but dang it, I want to help people. So her need to help out this man wins out, and she starts working for him. So first, she like would go over and leave, and then he like has her up in a guest room, and all she can think about is how hot he is, but how psycho he is, because he's like doing all these things for her, telling her things like, I'll see you again, I'll buy you this, or you're my wife. And she tells him she's always loved this Porsche car, and he buys it for her. And then he fills it with gas and keeps it maintained, and she just keeps asking for things. So I guess in the way, nope, that doesn't work either. Disregard. So, they have this whole back and forth, and it's going on, and he's still dealing with the senator and different things, and everyone's looking at him like he's crazy, because all of a sudden he's all about this woman. And so he's like bewildering everyone. And so then she solves a clue. She finds a shell company, like deep buried shell company that was left to a gentleman by Professor Lev. That's whoever it was that died that had these records and things. And he left him, and it's either his possible younger lover or just, somebody he knew. So they find this guy, and he's in the middle of nowhere in Montana. So they load up to go to Montana, and her friend Tess comes along, and she's like, girl, what are you doing? Da, da, da. Because she's like, do you see this guy? Is that a private jet? Because, he has one. So, her friend is just loud and crazy and over the top and like,
activist
get it.
Is like, ma'am, this man, who you might be a little crazy, but he definitely crazy about you, snatch him now and all of his property. Like,
sign all the paperwork.
No prenups.
So yeah, basically, she's like, dang girl, get it. Anywho, he thinks she's kind of obnoxiously annoying, which I guess in a way she is. But so they get there, and her and her friend are both excited to try to like use their English, and he speaks like perfect English with an American accent even, and she like thinks it's hot, and I was just like, that is not a sentence I'd ever thought I'd read in my life. Am I right? Am I right?
You are very much right.
Thank you. I needed some affirmation. Thank you very much. So anywho.
Okay, so I think it's the fact that, like, if you are American accents aren't inherently sexy. Unless you're from, like, the North and it's, like, a Southern accent.
Oh, I thought you were, like, going in a completely different direction, and I was like, what? No, it's about the Southern accent.
But you know what I mean, though? It's like, there's nothing to get, like, pulled into for that.
Yeah. I mean,
and to be fair, we also grew up in the South, so I know many people with Southern accents, and I would still never be swooning over it.
Well, that's true, especially if it's Florida cracker accent. That sounds like a family reunion. No, thank you.
Florida cracker is not. That probably is a family reunion for you.
That's what I'm saying.
For those of you who don't know, Florida cracker accents are swamp accents, is essentially what it is. It boils down to. It's different than a normal, like, Southern accent. It's not like Louisiana, like, don't get me wrong. Right? It's not like Louisiana-style accents. It's its own little accent, okay? It's swampy. It's literally... It's swamp.
It's swamp hick.
I don't know how...
It's swamp hick.
It's swamp hick. It's a redneck swamp. Like, swampy redneck.
No, it ain't redneck.
Like,
it's swamp hick.
No, it's... Yeah. It's kind of like...
The children are rednecks.
Yeah. It's like how, Appalachia has its own accents, kind of dialect accents and things. The swamp also does. The gators talk to certain people, not to others. And for those of you who have ever heard that Florida has monkeys,
we do.
It is true, we really do. They are not as big of a problem where, like, we are, but they do exist.
They're north of me, though.
Actually, you know what? No, there's a place literally down the road from me that has monkeys. That are just known to have monkeys. You're not allowed to be in it before the sun comes up or, like, dusk. It closes at dusk because of the monkeys. Never mind, I forgot about that. I do have monkeys.
You got the monkeys.
I do have the monkeys. And they're the bad monkeys. They're the ones that'll, like, rip your face off monkeys.
Mm-hmm. That's what's in the Ocala National Forest by, like, Silver Springs.
Yeah.
I was up there today talking about the killer monkeys, actually, so this is funny.
I was also talking about the killer monkeys today, which is why I thought about it.
And now that we've went off on that tangent.
Juicy tangent.
Ugh.
I want to create a sticker now that just says Juicy Tangent.
No. Gross.
And I think it would bug Cecily, but I think it's hilarious now.
You're giving me the ick. Such ick.
It's different because it's me.
I don't like it.
That's what all the book boyfriends say. It's different because it's me. I get away with it because I'm hot. Sorry, continue.
Anywho, they're in Montana.
Oh, before the cat comes back though, look at it.
Okay, I see it.
You're gonna tell me that doesn't look like that?
Dang it! Why would you do that to me and all our viewers?
Me too. Usually there's a cat in there. Usually
there's a different kind of cat.
Female genitalia. There's a pussy.
You can't say that word.
Why not? I'm talking about a cat.
Oh my god. This is amazing.
What is wrong with us?
I don't know. That was great.
I'm crying. I'm talking about pussycats. I don't know what you're talking about.
What's new, pussycat? So they get to Montana, and she's like, "This was dumb." It's like, this guy is dumb. If you want to hide, you don't hide in the middle of nowhere, Montana, where no one can hear you scream. And it's like, valid. Blend into a highly populated city and get lost.
Yeah.
So, they show up, and he is like, yeah, that's him. And then he goes to talk to him. They go to talk to him, and he runs and hides. And she's, like, trying to be all nice about it. And Eli is trying to be all like, I'm going to blow your brains out if you don't give me those papers. So it's really, like an extreme version of good cop, bad cop.
Good cop, murder cop.
Yeah. Definitely not the one from the Lego movie.
I've never seen the Lego movie.
Wow. It's just a litany of betrayals.
I've never seen any of them.
Just a litany of betrayals.
I'm sorry.
Anywho.
So, in case y'all haven't noticed, I'm also, like, really stuffy, so I'm sorry.
The pollen is killing us. Allergies have been
kicking my butt.
We are going to die down here. If you don't hear from us for a while, it's the pollen.
We might have just fell asleep from the sick. I don't know.
We've succumbed to the dreaded pollen. Anyhow.
Yep.
So next thing you know, bullets start flying from behind at them. So they're like, oh crap. So they're all
that's
dodging.
Why he's in Montana.
Obviously, they're all dodging and running and stuff, and they are trying to take the lawyer. That's their orders. And they manage to get her onto a truck, and they like shoot him like 4 times. And he's like laid out in the street, and they're like, I wonder if that'll kill him this time, because his whole thing is he's like impossible to kill. When he was a kid, he was kidnapped and he escaped through the woods and came out carrying a wolf that he had twisted its throat at age of like 14.
Damn.
So he's like the dude, the legend. And there's been several attempts on his life. So this guy's like, I wonder if I got him. So they take him for questioning, and it's another rival mafia, and their name is Miroslav. And they have them in an interrogation room.
So did they take her because she's special to him, or did they take her because she's a lawyer and she knows everything about him? Special. Got it.
It's because she's a lawyer, but then there's a surprise.
Oh no.
Oh yes. So they're there, and they have them there for questioning, and they're not wanting to answer. And then someone calls them. Their dad's right hand calls them and says, "We got the file on the woman." So they go look at the file, and while they're looking at the file, the man in charge there recognizes the photo of the woman who was listed as her mother. She was his ex-lover.
Daughter.
And she had to run away and was pregnant. So she is actually mafia princess.
Heir to the mafia.
Herself. Well, she's not the heir, because the 2 goons who kidnapped her are her brothers. Are her twin brothers.
I hope they didn't think any gross thoughts about her.
No, actually. The one was drawn to her friend, and then the other one is also seeming to be drawn to their friend. And I believe this is a series, so I think the next one will probably be about her friend and the twins.
But here's the question. Does she have to choose between the twins, or is it a MFM?
I think it would be the MFM.
You never know.
I'll have to keep reading and let you know. So anywho, he realizes, holy crap, that's my daughter. But here's where the icky part comes in. If you want to skip that, go ahead and skip now. When they're in the interrogation room, some of the guards go on a smoke break, and these other guys come in and try to assault them while they're like handcuffed to the room. One of them's like, they handcuff one of them to the chair, and yeah, it gets pretty rough there. So that's the part you want to skip over, and then come to right about here, and her dad and brothers come down in time and lose their ever-loving minds naturally and shoot them. And later, the brother is, he tortured the ones who walked away and let him in, and then the others he killed for touching his sister. And the one guy tried to be all ballsy and was like, you would have done the same till you realized it was your sister. And it was really like dark. And there was some mention of that in different parts of the book that made it kind of go to a dark place a little bit. Because it was all like, well, yeah, if it wasn't you, we would do this to another woman. And that's just kind of icky. So Iris she's there. Eli is waking up and he's looking for her. Because after they do all of that, she had to recuperate. They both had to go to the hospital. They both had to be treated. Tessa had to have a lot of stuff done.
And their friend.
Yeah. They got both of the girls and left Eli bleeding in the road in Montana. So, they got both of them. Tessa's, like, in a medically induced coma so she could recover for, like, a couple months from what happened to her. And they said it was because she probably took the brunt of it for Iris trying to help her. And so they're like, we spare no expense. We owe her everything for protecting my daughter, our sister. So she's in like that. And so when she wakes up, she kind of knows that this is her father. And that part isn't really clear to me because he presents her with this evidence from her file and he's like, you're my daughter, and explains how he was in love with her and she was like just the gardener's daughter or whatever, and his family forced him into a marriage with someone for more power. So she left and was pregnant, and he was devastated.
So that's where the twins came from, was the other marriage.
Yeah, the other marriage, he did have the twins, but she's from his love, Elisaveta. Mm-hmm. And so it was kind of like...
Technically, that does make her the heir. She's the
oldest. You know what? You has a point. I don't know. I'm going to have to read more. So,
it doesn't, but then again, a lot of those go by son, not daughter, so.
She, and so she's like, kind of like, is he my dad? I don't know. And then it's kind of weird because then she has this whole speech memorized from her mother that her mother wanted her to tell her father as her dying wish because she passed away a year or two ago. Because her file just shows that she was born, she lived in Germany, and then she appeared in Russia. So she's half German, half Russian. And so it's kind of like that part was confusing to me. Because it's like, so did she know? Or was this all an elaborate ruse to like get close to him? I don't know. Kind of weird. Well, anywho, she's up there being pampered and treated like a princess. She wasn't gonna stay, and then she was like, well, maybe I should just do this for myself or whatever. And she's so devastated thinking that Eli is dead. Eli is busy burning down the city trying to find her. Like, he's got trackers, he's got everybody out. He is searching desperately. So desperately that he rigs a bombing and kills 200 people and gets on the television and hacks the news channels about how he's trying to find her and he will level the city until whoever has her turns her over.
Damn.
Yeah. That's where it was like...
That's mafia love right there.
Dang, bro. Simmer down. So, she's like, oh my God, I gotta go. So she convinces her dad and her brother drives her and she goes there and she's like trying to talk him down and stuff. And he's just like, no, you were gone. Like completely irrational, possessive, crazy going on. And basically they get into this big, huge, passionate fight. And he tells her to run because he'll kill her because she's a Miroslav. And it gets really dark and spooky. So she runs and they get out. And he's like, if you get out of this gate before then, you know, whatever. Because the Miroslavs are the ones that kidnapped him and tortured him. Not her dad, but her grandfather. And he can't forgive or forget that. Because what you come to find out is that Eli controls like a big chunk of Russia. And then the Miroslavs have another big chunk of Russia. And the properties or whatever information this professor had, the contacts and details and all that stuff, whoever has that ends up with the biggest piece of the pie. So they're both after it. And that's how it led to all of this. which is fascinating. But then you don't really get much more detail than that about what it was. Like, I want to know what the records were, you know? Maybe that's just a weird me thing. Anywho, so she leaves, and then he's, like, still in love with her, still trying to get to her, and so she decided she's going to hiding. She told him we need space because we're toxic. That's what part really cracked me up. She kept telling Eli he was possessive and that this is toxic. This is toxic. Like, just telling him exactly.
So she's aware.
She's fully aware that this is toxic, red flag. And she keeps telling him that, and he keeps saying, who cares? I am who I am. You are mine. You are my wife. And so, like, yeah, it is very much...
all I needed to do was point.
King, that's my wife energy going on here.
Yeah.
And so... she decides to leave the country. And she thinks she's hiding in Germany. But then she starts getting letters from Eli because he knew where she was the entire time, but he agreed she needed space. And he told her how he had found a therapist because she told him he needed therapy and anger management courses. I'm not kidding. But the best part is he signs up for them. He signs up for them, and he tells her about it. And he talks about his feelings and how he's trying to do things better for her. And, like, there's another letter like that. And he's like, this anger management is ridiculous. Someone makes me mad, I kill them. End of problem. And I just... valid, but, you know, not necessarily the best way to go. So... but then a letter comes where he's like, I killed my therapist. She suggested I should get over you. And I'm just like, sir, please calm all the way.
Sent you to therapy.
Please calm all the way down. But also, damn. Like,
he said, yeah, I'm not doing that.
Yeah, so big energy.
That's not in the 5-year plan.
Anywho, and then he tells her he's coming to get her, and she better not run. Well, of course, she tries, but she doesn't get. Yeah, of course she tries. Yeah. And didn't work. He caught her. And then, he has her locked up in a house he's built for her in Germany because he's keeping out of Russia for right now. And so he basically holds her hostage. But, like, that's when they finally get freaky.
It took that long?
It took a bit. There was tension, there was kisses and stuff. But, like, for the good, that was,
she held firm.
Yes. So it kind of goes from that to them fighting and arguing again and again, and then her father sending someone to try to help her escape. And then this is where it's really wild. He, like, forces her to shoot the guy who tried to help her escape when he catches her. Yeah. And she's, like, horrified. Yeah, I know.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, it's wild. Wild manipulation going on here. Crazy. And, So
he doesn't care that that's the family she's from now.
No. He was just angry. Well, and he told her, he said, I don't know how to let go of that anger. Well, once they start having happy time and they're just kind of living there and chilling and stuff, and
I'm sure he can get over it real quick then.
It's like she thinks it's all going so well. And then, brain, where did you go? What did I say?
She's going somewhere with him? I think it's what you said.
She thinks good things are happening, okay? That we're growing, we're maturing, we're being better. We're not. Not at all. Because he's like, I'm still going to kill your family. I can give you 1 year. And she's like, oh, no. No.
That's progress.
It's progress, but it's not acceptable, okay?
No, it's not acceptable. It's just progress. She has time to figure it out.
Well, through this whole, like, mesh of them in this weird relationship they've got going on, where it's like she wants him to be a pristine prince when it's like, you're attracted to him because he's the mafia zaddy. Like, why are you lying to yourself? So that part is... You lie. That part was very much like, don't even. So anywho, she thinks it's fantastic. Well, it's not. And, God bless it.
She was going right now. This isn't getting edited until tomorrow.
She was going to run off or something. Okay. I don't know. Something happened there again after the whole thing. But because they were boning and everything, it's like it skips a few chapters where it's like, oh no, whatever shall we do? And then she shows up and they start having sex, and like she starts taking control, which was the whole ad part of that pulled Jen on Instagram. She starts taking control and makes him agree to her terms while she's in control. And that he'll put it in writing. And
that
so
is the Instagram thing that I sent you. That's exactly why I sent it to you too, because it was she was the dominant.
So anyway,
Cecily loves those books.
That happened, and he, oh no.
I can still hear you, I just can't see you. You're frozen on my end.
Are you there?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh gosh, this is so awkward.
Hello?
It says my network is struggling. Oh,
can you not hear me? I could hear you the whole time, and I was like, can you not hear me? What's going on?
No, I couldn't hear anything. You're still kind of blurry.
You were frozen, but I could hear you. Apparently my network is struggling.
I can hear you clearly, but I can't hear you clearly because you're blurry.
You can't hear me because I'm blurry? Girl, you're always blurry on my head. Oh
man, your sound's dropping too. Okay, so I'll hurry up and say this. He agrees to the terms. He agrees not to kill her family, but he doesn't have to like them, and they begrudgingly have peace. And then it skips ahead, and they have a little baby girl named Anya, and he gets so mad because her grandpa always outdoes him buying her presents and doing her parties and things.
So the one that kidnapped him?
And it's adorable.
Or her dad.
Also, he is shown in an epilogue at anger management with 2 of his men.
Wait. Can you not hear me?
No. The son of the one who kidnapped him.
Okay,
the one who
kidnapped him,
he died.
What is going on?
God bless America.
Oh, okay. I can still hear you.
Her dad is the grandpa. But her grandpa was the one who had him kidnapped. He is dead.
Yeah. Okay.
So, they have that going on, and he's at, like, the anger management, and he never shares, and everyone else shares, and he's, like, sitting there rolling his eyes. But then it shows where, like, his men participate. Like, my boss asked me to do something that made me uncomfortable, so I journaled about it.
I love that.
It was hilarious. And they're like, boss, why do you come if you don't want to do anything with it? And, like, he points out where Iris is waiting outside the car pregnant, and then the little girl is standing there, and he's like, I do it for them. And it's like, oh.
I would love to hear him share, though, and the one thing he shares is, my daughter's grandfather outdoes me every time with their presence, and it makes me angry.
That's what he was saying in his head.
I'm just trying to be a good father.
Yeah.
That's funny.
So it's, like, really brutal mafia stuff going on, and then it, like, goes super sweet.
A lot of the mafia books end like that, though.
Yeah. So.
They reform their ways and figure it out.
Yeah. So it was a pretty good read, though. Check it out. It is a series, so I'm probably gonna check out the rest of them, too. I'll report back if she gets the twins.
Cool. Yeah, please, I'd like to know. Alright, that was our episode today, guys. It was very hectic. Had a lot of tangents. Juicy, some might say.
Oh, no.
You knew that was coming.
Ugh.
My cat Freya, who is sitting here, would like you to know that you should subscribe. Either on YouTube, Spotify, Amazon Music, we're technically even on Audible. Anywhere, subscribe.
Look at that.
Yeah. Look at her. She's extending her paws for you.
There's a delay. It's interesting.
Our networks are struggling now, so I'm going to head off. But we hope you guys have a great week, and we'll see you next week.
Fabulous day.
Bye. Happy reading.
Bye.